Welcome back. I'm here with my Owari Satsuma Mandarin oranges. Got the more organics-based soil mix here and got the more soilless rock peat moss type mix over here. And we are starting to see some pretty big differences. Both of these trees produced oranges this year. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But for now, let's talk about some of the appearance differences that we got going on. The most positive thing is both of these trees look good. They look healthy, they've got rich green leaves, they both produced fruit, and there aren't really any signs of distress. So here we've got the soil-based mix. This is a size comparison. I'll go back to back in a minute. And you can see here, just healthy, happy, and looks a little thin to me, but doing good. Here's the soilless mix, and to me, it's quite a bit bigger. It's got more foliage. The oranges were a decent amount bigger than they were on the soil-based mix, and even the trunk size is getting noticeably bigger. But don't just trust my word, look at them back to back. We got soil, soilless, soil, soilless. I think you can see the same thing I'm seeing. So let's talk about the potential why. Here's the soil-based mix, and you can see just how far down this has compressed. And here you have the soilless mix. It hasn't compressed nearly at all, if anything, and that may be affecting the amount of oxygen that can get down to the roots. It's necessary for the health of the tree. And here it is from the top. You can see the difference. You have soilless, and now with the more soil-based mix. Those organic materials are compressing and becoming more sludgy over time. And as we pull the plant away, you can see all this organic material coming out of the bottom at a pretty rapid pace. It also stains the concrete. And with the soilless mix, you still have a little bit coming out the bottom, but not nearly as much. And I was actually surprised to see more life in the soilless mix than the soil mix. But what about the fruit? The fruit's the most important thing. That's what we're growing these things for. I can't even tell you how excited I was to try them. Unfortunately, they are not that good. And I think I made one of the classic errors, which is allowing them to produce too much fruit too early on. There were roughly 14, maybe 16 on each of these. They had, basically a similar amount of fruit. Unfortunately, I don't think there's enough tree to produce enough sugar to make these good at this point. But you can see they come off super easy. You even can see they just pull right off, wide open here. As easy as ever to peel them, just comes right off. Toss these guys. It's one of the great things about the Owari Satsumas is they just peel so easy. And when you eat these, they're not bad, they're okay. Just kind of lacking that sugar. You can taste some of the interesting flavor of it, but it's not there yet. And I think maybe this next season, I'll keep 10 maybe on each of them. And that should see a pretty decent improvement in flavor. But, long term, I'm hoping that we can get, 50, 100 off of each of these. Now that we're done with all that hoopla, time to get these things ready for this next big growth season, which I anticipate is going to be a pretty big tell as to how these soil mixes are working. So on the soilless mix here, I'm going through, I'm pruning, taking all the oranges off. I'm gonna eat some, I'm gonna throw others away, just not that interested. I'm not pruning this how I really want to. It's still very heavily weighted to the one side, but had some conflicting branches in the middle, so had to do what I had to do. Doing the same thing here with the soil-based mix. I took so much more off the soilless mix. That kind of keeps the trees roughly the same size, but want to see what the real difference is this next year, especially with spring right around the corner. The temps are super hot, So you can see here just a little bit of clippings from the tree, and now the much larger amount of clippings from the soilless mix. And giving them just a little more life here, putting some fresh homemade compost just around the top with some Osmocote for long-term fertilization. And actually, fertilization is a pretty interesting topic. I got a video coming out either in a couple days or a couple weeks here where I'm going to talk about over fertilizing citrus, and that'll be an interesting one for you. It's kind of a crazy topic. So anyway, here it is. It's all set up and done, and thanks for checking in. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It would help a lot, and I hope to see you for the next update on this and any of the other videos that I'm producing. See you then.